Our next honoree, Jake Jacobson, will be honored posthumously. He will be introduced, well, I'm going to introduce Mitch Harris, who was already on stage earlier, and Mitch will give some remarks and then introduce Jake's family, who will accept the award on his behalf. So Mitch, please come on up.
Okay. Lowell Jake Jacobson was passionate about railroads, short lines, and rail safety. And while he never set out to become a famous railroader, his dedication to the industry he loved made him a legend. Jake worked for Union Pacific for 29 years. He joined Copper Basin Railway in 1987 as general superintendent, quickly being promoted to general manager and then becoming chief operating officer, ultimately serving as president and CEO for more than 30 years before retiring in February of 2020. In 1994, Railway Age magazine named him its Railroader of the Year, the first short line operator to be so honored. He earned the award in part for his efforts to restore and rebuild parts of the railway damaged by catastrophic flooding. Not only did he work tirelessly to preserve railroad assets, but he also took care of his team by providing no-interest loans from his personal funds to those who had been flooded out of their homes. 5 years later, Railway Age would dub Mr. Jacobson one of the great railroaders of the 20th century. ASLRRA's history is deeply entwined with Mr. Jacobson's. He was the originator of what is today's Jake Safety Award program, which honors short-line railroads for above industry average safety performance. When his Copper Basin Railway achieved a perfect safety record in 1993, he realized that no award existed to recognize small railroad safety records, so he started one himself. And then in 1999, the Short Line Association took over the annual safety recognition program and named it after him. Beyond his abilities as a railroader, stories abound of Jake's generosity and kindness. He believed the strength of his company lay in its workers and cultivated a sense of family among them that helped bolster company safety culture and employee recognition. Mr. Jacobson passed away in 2021 at the age of 80. Today, his legacy lives on in the Jake Awards, which are the measure of short-line railroading safety performance. And as Chuck mentioned earlier today, last year we honored a record number of member railroads with Jake Awards, 383 to be exact, and 350 of those were Jake with distinctions. That's the award that notes 0 reportable injuries. ASLRRA also awards training scholarships in Jake's name, thanks to a generous donation from the Jacobson family. These scholarships allow small business railroaders to access training and help offset their travel expenses. I believe Jake would be pleased with the continuing impact of his efforts to elevate and recognize safety today. And speaking on behalf of myself and the members of the Safety and Training Committee, we continue to admire him and strive to follow his lead every day. I'd like to now welcome Jake's widow, Pat, and his granddaughter, Kat Jacobson, to the stage to accept this award.
I would like to say how grateful and honored I am to be here today to accept this highly valued and very special award that is being presented in Jake's honor. He would have been so very pleased and appreciative of this wonderful induction into the Hall of Fame. I found a small article that was in the Railway Age magazine that I would like to read to you concerning the beginning of the Jake Awards. And this was written by Gus Welty, and it was in the October 1995 magazine, Railway Age. And he headed it, "Not a Harriman, but a Jacobson." And he said, "7 small railroads must be pretty proud these days. They're the winners of the Jacobson Safety Award for 0 personal injuries, 0 lost time injuries for 1994. The 7 are Tuscola and Saginaw Bay, Copper Basin, Indiana Railroad, Colorado and Wyoming, Norfolk and Portsmouth Beltline, Minnesota, Dakota, and Western, and Ann Arbor, what Jake calls the Magnificent 7. Why and how did this come about? Lowell S. Jacobson is the Vice President and General Manager of the Copper Basin, Railroad Age Railroader of the Year in 1994, and an absolute fanatic on safety. In 1993, his railroad finally got 0 personal injuries, and CBRY eagerly called Harriman Safety Awards Committee, only to find out that perfect was not good enough. There was a problem with man hours. You could say Jake didn't get mad, he got even, but what he really wanted to do was to honor railroads that wouldn't be honored otherwise, no matter how large or how small. But what he demanded was 100%. The 7 top winners were those with the most man hours worked with no injuries, but 110 others with 0 injuries that worked fewer man hours were also honored. All the winners this first time were short lines. But Jake says, if Class 1 carriers think that it is impossible for them to achieve, we suggest that they add up all of the man hours and the track miles and ton miles of all the regionals and short lines that had 0 lost time personal injuries, and it will tell them 2 things. Yes, it is possible, and yes, we are that damn good. And that was Jake.
I'll be quick. Jake's ideology and servant leadership is what I believe got him so far within his career. The amazing people of the short line industry made such an impact on Jake. Meeting some of you this weekend and hearing so many great stories has made it evident that he's also made an impact on you as well. I know he's with us in spirit and lives on through his friends, family, the short line community, and through all of the amazing stories. I'll leave you with one of the last things that I have from Jake, which is, you are the captain of your ship, you're the master of your soul, and be safe. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Amy, you could work on the atmosphere a little. It got a little dusty there for a minute. Just something in my eye. I don't know. That was really special. There's a reason we save Hall of Fame for last. They're some of my favorite moments of the conference every year.